Circles always small, keep a certain few. Only ever us, just the perfect crew. People ask for.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to a new video. And today we're going to be watching Geography Now, but about Croatia. Last video about Bosnia was a successful video. We're gaining a lot of views really quickly, a lot of comments. A lot of people actually listen very well on my video where I said that everything would be easier when everybody would be one on paper. Paper for politics. Paper. You get it? My voice is really fucked up because I'm currently having a cold or whatever it is. It's a long story to explain. And because the video was doing so well, I decided to take a look at Croatia because Geography Now also, or Barbie from Geography Now, also has a video on Croatia. And I was like, maybe I'm not the right person to review that. But hey, I could take a look. Maybe I'm gonna learn something new from Barbie on the Croatia video. It's 2 years ago, so let's take a look, okay?
Yes, Game of Thrones was filmed here.
It's time to learn geography
now! Hey everyone, I'm your host Barbie. We are back in Europe, and today we are going to discuss 101 Dalmatian islands. Ha! Actually, it's more like 580. The flag of Croatia is a little bit more fun and jubilant than most flags because it has the iconic checker pattern in the center. First of all, the flag is a horizontal tricolor that utilizes the pan-Slavic colors of red, white, and blue in equally sized stripes. The blue stands for freedom and hope, the white stands for peace and unity, and the red stands for the revolution and sacrifices. In the middle is the coat of arms, the iconic shahovnica, or the checkerboard shield patterned with red and white squares, sometimes referred to as the cheki. Some will say that this is because long ago there were like two Croatias. One was called Red Croatia, one was called White Croatia, with little evidence supporting that theory. There are 5 shields on top of the cheki that form a crown above the shahovnica.
Like already into like 59 seconds into this video, I never knew the meaning of these colors and stuff, so I'm just like, wait, this is already interesting for me. So I cannot really give an opinion or if it's wrong or right, but it's like, whoa.
This one is for Croatia proper with a crescent and a 6-pointed star, Dubrovnik with 2 red stripes on a dark blue shield, Dalmatia with 3 crowned leopard heads, Illustria with a golden goat with red hooves because, hey, why not? And finally, Slavonia with a 6-pointed star, 2 silver stripes, and a pine marten running on a red field between the silver stripes. A lot of other countries, specifically in the Slavic world, using the word Hrvatska referring to this country instead of Croatia to a lesser extent.
Because
it's kind of like that whole thing with Germany.
Wir sind Deutschland.
Oh, you mean Germany?
Allemand.
Tyskland. Niemcy.
What the I didn't even know this, that they call Germany them in all languages.
First off, Croatia is located on the western part of the Balkan Peninsula in southern Europe, bordered by Slovenia, Hungary, Serbia, hugging Bosnia and Hercegovina, giving them a small coast on the town of Neum, and just barely have a 10-mile or 16-kilometer wide border with Montenegro at the southernmost tip of the country on the Adriatic Sea. The country is divided into 20 counties, and the country's capital is Zagreb. Fun side note, the small Bosnian Herzegovina.
Another fun side note, before he's continuing on his speech, I actually almost went to study in Zagreb. The only reason why I didn't go is because their study program didn't match the study program from the Netherlands. So I would have to take additional classes, which I was not really looking forward to. So I didn't go to Zagreb, but I wanted to study in Zagreb really bad. Be like close to home. Yeah, fun side note.
The Herzegovinian port of Neum splits the country's Dalmatian coast, technically creating an exclave for the Dubrovnik-Neretva area. They were thinking of building a bridge on the Pelješac Peninsula so the entire country would be navigable by road, but plans were canceled in 2012. Speaking of which, historically, Croatia was divided into 4 general regions. You'll probably hear a lot about these if you go to Croatia. They are Croatia proper, Istria, Slavonia, and Dalmatia. Speaking of which, Dalmatian dogs are said to have origin.
I like the Dalmatia the most. I don't know why, but that's... I don't know, Dalmatia is just the better part of Croatia, in my opinion. I don't know, it's just way more old school? Is that a good word for it? Old school? I've been to basically every part of Croatia, like every big town, and a lot of times, and I spend a lot of time in Croatia. So it's basically a second home, but I never knew something like about the flag and stuff. But I really like the Dalmatian coast.
Of course, because of its complicated past that we really don't have a lot of time to discuss, Croatia has quite a few land and sea disputes, as well as enclaves and exclaves, but I'm just going to list some of the most notable ones. The Bay of Piran, the Dragona River, the Sveta Gera, all that mess on the Mura and Drava rivers. Then we get to Serbia, and it looks like earphones that were just pulled out of your pocket. The funny thing
and it just looks like earphones pulled out of your pocket. Oh my god, this guy, he's... Barbie, if you're ever gonna watch one of my videos where I actually watch your videos, you're doing a great job, man. I really appreciate the work you do, and you're doing a fantastic job.
Zagreb may be the capital, but people come here to see Pula, Zadar, Split, and Dubrovnik.
Yes, I love each and every one of those cities. I have visited all these cities. I just can't say anything else than that it's just the most beautiful thing for me. When I think of the Balkan region, it's just... Oh, I already miss the sun and everything.
And Zadar has a strange thing called a sea organ that looks and sounds like this.
Yes, this is... But this, now it sounds quite good. But when they first built it, it sounded horrible. Like, it was the weirdest sound. It's like aliens coming through to take over Croatia. Like, like, now it's okay, but once upon a time, it wasn't that great.
Okay, let's this division. Croatia experiences quite a contrast in climate, even though the country takes up a small area. Zagreb can be completely different from Dubrovnik at any given time. About half of the entire country is...
I noticed that once, that I drove from Zagreb to Dubrovnik in one day, and it was like, I don't know, around 16 degrees Celsius when I left Zagreb. And when I came to Dubrovnik, it was like 24, 25. I was like, what the?
Is loaded with caves. It's not that hard to find them, and many of them are absolutely breathtaking. Caves like the Blue Grotto on Bishevo Island and the incredibly deep...
Wait, what? I didn't even visit these places. Barbie, you're teaching me something new after visiting this country and my country and the whole area for 20 years straight, 3 to 4 months per year in those countries. You got me there, son. You got me there. Down
nearly 1,400 meters. Ah, that's cute. The one place that everyone in Croatia will proudly boast over will be the famous Plitvice National Park, which contains the Plitvice waterfalls and lakes, which is where the coolest music duo on the planet, Stephen Hauser and Luka Šulić, filmed their Mumford & Sons cover video. I can't believe I missed...
I actually paddled on a boat like 2 years ago. Or was it last summer? No, it was 2 years ago. I paddled on a boat on those Plitvice lakes. It's really near to my hometown of Velika Kladuša. It's like, I think it's 1 hour drive, 1.5. Not really that far.
Croatia has a really, really long history on who it is and how it got to where it is now. And I'm just going to summarize it in like 8 seconds. Roman Empire, Kingdom, Subordinate, Empire State, Wars with Turkey, Yugoslavia 1, Nazi puppet, Yugoslavia 2, Civil War, and finally, European Union.
That was the quickest 8 seconds, but it's all true. It's a real long history. I'm just gonna do it in 8 seconds, and he actually does it in 8 seconds. Now I look like PewDiePie reviewing other people's content and clapping. Sorry, Pewds. Love you, brother.
First of all, the country has about 4.5 million people and is actually one of the 30 or so countries experiencing a population decline. The country is made up almost entirely of ethnic Croats, around 91%. Serbs make up about...
I don't think it's the only one with a decline. Well, while in Bosnia and in Serbia, basically every other country in the Balkans, Macedonia, whatever, all the young people are leaving and all the old people are staying behind. So I think everybody is having a decline over there. But hey, whatever.
Mentioned in the Bosnia and Herzegovina episode, pretty much everybody in the Slavic Balkan nations can understand each other, especially these 4 countries. The only difference is that these 2 write in the Cyrillic alphabet and these 2 write in the Latin alphabet. It's a little more difficult for these 4 countries to understand the remaining Baltic states, like Slovenes and Bulgarians and Macedonians.
Not really true. Well, the languages are quite different, I guess, but the tones and most of the words, you can actually figure out what they're saying, you know? You can get what they're saying because of the context and some words you understand, so you can make the picture. And, I mean, I understand Slovenians completely. I also speak a bit of Slovenian, but it's really not that hard. Once you have those tones, the words and everything, you're picking up those other languages really quick as long as you're like spending time with people who actually speak the language. So that's not really, like, really accurate, but hey, okay.
I mean, the former Yugoslav Republic... just call them Macedonians.
I don't get why you are...
You're just Bulgaria. I'm not even part of you. I never was part of you. You always think I am.
Guys, can we get back to my episode?
Shut up, Croatia!
Nonetheless, the funny thing is pretty much all Slavs, whether they're from Russia, Poland, or the Czech Republic, which by the way just changed its English name to Czechia, or the Balkan Slavs, can all pretty much hold a basic simple conversation with each other and get by if they speak really slow and articulate well. It would be like if a Jamaican guy tried to speak to a Singlish-speaking guy.
And it's really weird because I was in the Czech Republic, or Czechia, as Barbie says, and I actually understood everything. It was really weird. I was like, whoa, I actually know what they're talking about. Like, what the hell? But it's really nice because that means that I can, like, That means that I actually understand different languages that I didn't even know of. It's quite impressive.
Behind the statue, the coffee shop with the boom boom.
No, I say
What
it's
the
on the
boom
right
boom?
side of the statue.
The statue, I'm gonna look behind. I'm gonna look for right, man.
Alamak,
Tell
you
me
use
behind.
that.
How am I going?
A quick way you can tell the Slavic Balkan states apart is the denomination. Croats and Slovenes are predominantly Catholic, while Serbs and Montenegrins are typically Orthodox. Croatians love water polo and don't even get started on the whole Nikola Tesla thing. He was
They love water polo, but they also love basketball, and they also love football.
a Serb,
But he was born here.
but he was a Serb.
But he was born here.
Essentially, Croatia went from the fall of Yugoslavia
That's basically my last video summed up in one scene. Thank you, Barbie.
and socialism in the 90s and the Civil War in the mid-90s to being labeled as the top travel destination by Lonely Planet in 2000 something. I think it was like 2005.
Dude, Paul, seriously, we gotta check our sources. You're making us look bad.
Shut up, Brandon. I'm doing my best. Let's talk about Croatia's friends. In order to understand Croatia's friends, you kind of have to look at two things, business and religion. First of all, they're neighbors. When it comes to Serbia and Croatia, it's kind of like, part of Serbia, part of Croatia. I don't get it. It doesn't even make it.
What?
No, it doesn't make any sense. I don't even... Croatia and Serbia have a lot of historical beef, but they hate to kind of admit that they secretly are kind of a little bit totally attracted and hot for each other. Business and diplomacy is still very big between these two, and ultimately they still cooperate pretty well.
Business is true. It's actually true. I noticed that there is a lot of Serbians and a lot of Serbian traffic and Serbian, how do you call them, truckers and stuff, you know, going through Croatia. And it's more and more every year. And I just noticed that because before, like 5 years ago, never see a Serbian car, let alone a truck pass through Croatia. So it's quite impressive. And yeah, only thing is the people probably hate each other the most, Croatians and Serbians. Well, that's what I've experienced, to be honest, that Croatians and Serbians are like probably the worst clashes when it comes to the Balkan region. That's what I've experienced, of course, but I don't know for sure.
Told that typically they even give each other a lot of points in Eurovision or something like that, and that just proves it. Eurovision proves everything. Slovenia was like a
Eurovision
good
proves
friend
everything.
that still held a... Their best friends, however, they would probably say
And
Germany
girls.
and Poland. Germany is a really close friend since
Yep.
they're kind of seen as like the promised land after so many Croatians moved in and made fortunes there. Germans also love visiting and doing business. Without a doubt, though,
True.
Croatians
This is
love
true.
it when the Polish stop by. They're like the best friend who lives far away but Skypes every week and sees them twice a year. On top of that, Pope John Paul II
That's true. There's a lot of Polish people coming to visit Croatia's coasts, and I don't mind Polish people. I actually really like Polish people.
Second was from Poland, who liked Croatia so much that he visited 3 times. In conclusion, Croatia is kind of like the surfer cousin of the Slavic countries. After all the drama subsided, he opened up a hotel and a tiki bar on the beach, got a tan, and was all like, "What's up, world? Come take a vacation in Croatia." Stay tuned, Cuba is coming up next.
Barbie, I gotta give it to you. This is like not one of the best because I haven't seen that much videos of yours, but this one is really good because especially for me, someone who visits that place a lot, and it's actually kind of a second home to me. Little things that I didn't even know. Like, I'm quite impressed because if I can't find it, then it's really impressive that you can find it, especially when you probably have never visited the country. I think probably. Well, everybody, I thank you guys for watching, and it's quite a bit of a different video because I cannot react to it as much as I can do on Bosnia because I am Bosnian and like my entire family is Bosnian and I've lived there and everything, you know, it's quite, I don't know, because I am Bosnian, but also visited Croatia like pretty much as Bosnia, if not more even than Bosnia. So that's why I actually am quite impressed that I didn't know these things, and kind of makes me think like, why didn't I know these things while I visit so often and love the country? But now I do, thanks to Barbie. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. If you do, leave a like down below. And of course, if you have another video that I can review or make a reaction on or something funny, just comment it down below and I'll take a look and maybe we're gonna use it for a next episode, just like this video has been commented on the last video. I thank you guys for watching and I see you in the next video. Ciao!